putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. You can give us a call at 844-551-8255. Maybe we'll let you participate. Anyway, talking about bad signs of the times for leftists. And there's so many examples out there, honestly, that they just fly by. The loss of credibility for Hollywood. Give you a good example, good start. Hollywood, worst summer in I don't know how much time, but horrible movie summer. My son and I were looking through. I said to him, we got out of school the other day, and I said, hey, over the weekend, I go, Friday. And I said to him, hey, you want to check out a movie? And he was like, I don't know. And so I said, well, let's look. So we go on a computer and we look for movies, and we're just going down the line. And I'm like, nah, that one's scary. He doesn't like scary movies. And I wouldn't have gone to see it anyway. But it was like, no. What about this one? Kind of an animated whatever film. Nah. And we get through them. And we go through, I think the latest one that everybody's been touting is the latest Reese Witherspoon movie where she's a cougar and she goes after some boy that is like a friend of her son's, and they have a relationship. Now, how fitting is that? Right? So we have that, and so at the end of it, he goes, I don't want to see it. And I go, me either. And I as I was going through the films, I was like, who wants to see any of these? I understand why it was the worst of the summer. I mean, I don't know what other summers have been. I don't go to the movies ever. I mean, I go to take my kid to see the last movie I saw was Big Boss or Boss Baby with my son. That's it. I don't go see movies because most of the movies are going to have somebody in it I don't like. And I won't even leave. Let's say my TV's on in my house and I leave and it's a Mark Ruffalo film or Jennifer Lawrence or De Niro. I will turn the TV to Fox. I'll turn it to Fox News because, they measure who's on what. I won't leave my TV on a leftist channel for any reason. But let me give you another sign. So you had Martha Plimpton, who stood in Seattle at some march, and she says, this is, yay, this is where I had my first abortion. And people cheered. Oh, hey, way to go, Martha, for killing babies. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, it was a sparse crowd, but in Seattle, Washington, they cheer the killing of babies. And they cheered her abortion. I mean, that would be like guys cheering our vasectomies. Hey guys, yay, we can't have any more babies. Woohoo! Said no guys ever in terms of a group meeting. And hey, let everybody that's had a vasectomy, let's all get together in a park in Chicago and let's cheer the fact that we are no longer baby producers. No, you pretty much go, you know what? Whew, that was it wasn't as easy as they make it sound, snip, snip, but it's done and there's that. My brother had a vasectomy and he cracked me up when he called me. He goes, bro, it ain't like they tell you snip, snip. They take it in. I was like, stop, just stop. I don't even want to know. So my point to it is you have the left that have become so unhinged that they cheer. I want you to understand this. This is a lady that cheered the idea. Maybe she was cheering Martha Plimpton because she's not a very attractive girl. Maybe she cheered the idea that some guy was stupid enough to have sex with her. She's a little girl from Goonies. When they told me Martha Plimpton was in Goonies, I thought she was playing one of them. That's how ugly the girl is. Now look, to each his own. There's some of y'all out there gonna care. I kind of thought she was cute. Okay. I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying. But this brother, she's not an attractive woman. She's not easy on the eyes. All right? But we got Martha Plimpton cheering that she had her first abortion in Seattle. She made it clear it was my first. It was nostalgic for her to go back to Seattle. And then she even had her abortion doctor in the audience. And thank you to Dr. Death out there for doing that. But see, what Martha Plimpton isn't going to tell, what the left isn't going to tell you about that meeting is how many lives, forget the babies who died, how many lives were destroyed in these abortions. If they want you to believe an abortion is like going to get a mole removed. Let me tell you something, folks. A little girl who gets an abortion, I don't care what age she is, and I don't care what she stands up, if she's Martha Plimpton standing before Seattle, that's in her psyche. That's in her mind. Because let me tell you something. Women are programmed for motherhood. They're programmed to want babies, not to kill them. Because if they were programmed to kill them, none of us would be alive. Civilization would be destroyed. God in his wisdom said, motherhood will be special. You will do anything to protect your child. And when you get miswired, you don't give a crap about your kid. And nobody wants to talk about this. If you miswire, you go, well, I mean, it's not a child. It's like I don't know, it's like a zygote. It's this or that or the other. Oh, no, it's a child. It's forming. You want to rationalize when you kill it up. Okay, we can have the discussion. But don't act like it's not. And when you fight that, when something in you says, kill the child, that's a motherly instinct that is so rare in nature. So rare. Mothers fight, like, and I'll use this term, like mama grizzlies to protect their young. Inside and out. When a lioness or some animal gets pregnant, they shut off men. Get away. Some lioness will leave their pride, go have their cubs in another location. They want nobody to bother their cubs. You don't want the younger cubs to come over and accidentally kill these. They want nothing. Then they come back and they bring the cubs and everybody embraces them. But she makes sure that the cubs are ready. Motherhood is a big deal. But the left blows it off. But let me tell you something, folks. As more and more young women hear the Martha Plimptons of the world be so, just flippant about killing babies and proud to tell you where our first abortion is, they change. I said they ought to have a book for all these leftist women. Hey, where I had my first abortion, and then my second abortion, and third editions, and all this. A full book of all the leftist women that want to tell you, celebrate where they killed their first child. And hey, and I'd like to give a shout out to my doctor too. And why not give a shout out to the dude that knocked you up? Oh, that's right. You don't even remember him. And then how about we segment it and we say, hey, black women, don't let these white women celebrate their first abortions. Why don't you celebrate yours too? Where'd you have your first abortion? What Planned Parenthood near your neighborhood did you walk to or take the subway to so you could have your first experience with Dr. Death? And then you walked home to what? Your baby daddy wasn't there. He didn't even take you. So, yeah, feel good. See, folks, the left think they're winning. They're not winning. Hey, how about the lesbians? How about you guys have here's where I had my first abortion. Because, look, let's face it. The lesbians want to tell you they were born this way. I argue many of them were made this way. Why? Because they lived in dysfunctional families where men took advantage of them, raped them, molested them, or in some way, performed egregious acts against them, which made them get hardened towards men. Some of them had abortion. Some of them had just bad relationship with guys. They didn't know what to look for in men because they watched their mother go through man after man after man. So they chose bad men and finally said, you know what? I'm sick of men. I'll go to women. But they had abortions. Let's get their book of where they had their first. Sure. Hey, I had my first abortion here, and then I gave up men because men are pieces of crap. My abortion doctor was a lady. Woohoo! Let's hear it for Dr. Feelgood and Mrs. We're winning, baby. All you got, look, folks, people are witnessing this stuff, and it's up to us to highlight it. I want you to imagine you standing up before somebody at your company and they say, tell us something about yourself, Susan. And, I had my first abortion right here in this city. Said no woman ever in a corporate setting. But you know where they'll say it? In parks and get the cameras on them, because that's going to make everybody feel good. Right. If you're raising daughters, you want them to see Martha Plimpton talking about her abortion. Proudly. Here's where I had my first one. Hey, Martha, share with us where you had your second. Oh, my gosh. Interesting question. Folks, when I tell you we're winning, we are winning. This stuff it's not just crazy to us, it's crazy to their folks too.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.